Remember this, start with an attention-grabbing introduction. Draw the reader in. When a piece of writing begins with, I'm going to tell you about, the readers want to hit the snooze button. But when it begins with, bang, I woke up and wondered what on earth was going on, readers pay attention. You will learn some strategies to kick off your writing with a bang. Little Red Riding Hooks. Here are some great alternatives to introductions, hooks and leads for your writing. Let's have a look at this first one. Once upon a time, there lived a little girl with a Red Riding Hood. You've probably heard this a whole lot of times, so it's kind of a boring, cliche introduction. There are more interesting ways to start off this famous story, and below and following are 8 techniques to consider. Technique number 1, let's have a look at it. Start with a short, 4 or 5 word, effective sentence. So her hair shone gold. Technique number 2, start with an interesting metaphor or simile. The reason to start off with a metaphor or simile is that it really hooks your reader and they want to read on. They start asking them questions inside their head and they just want to keep on reading. So the wolf was a tornado, changing the lives of all who crossed his path. Technique number 3, start with an interesting question for the reader to ponder. Who could have thought that a simple trip to Grandma's house could end in tragedy? Technique number 4, start with a subordinate clause or other complex sentence form. So a subordinate clause is something that often follows a simple sentence, but in this circumstance it's switched around. So though the road to Grandma's house was spooky, Red skipped along with an air of confidence. Technique number 5, start with the riddle. Who has big eyes, big teeth, and is dressed in Grandma's clothes? Yes, you guessed it, the big bad wolf. Technique number 6, fill in these blanks. Was the kind of who or that So Little Red was the kind of girl who thought wolves would never bother her. Technique number 7, capture a feeling or emotion. You might be surprised to learn that a little girl couldn't recognize her own grandmother. And technique number 8, use a string of adjectives. Tall, dark, and with an air of confidence, the woodsman entered the house.